Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Moreno-Calix and I'm a graduate student at Houston Baptist University. And today I'm going to talk about how to use Quizalize in the classroom. So just a little overview about Quizalize. Quizalize is a digital learning platform very similar to quizzes, but it has some adaptive learning features that make it very interesting to use for both teachers and students. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So as soon as you enter Quizalize.com, you will reach this wonderful, beautiful screen right here. Creating an account is free and it's super easy. There is a premium version, which I will talk about later, but going back to making your account, you can either use your school email or you can link it to your Google account. However, if you do choose to link it to your Google account, it'll make the registration process a whole lot easier. Okay, so now that we have our account all set up, we have to create our class. So there are two options. So the first thing you need to do is add a new class, and here are our options. You can either create your class in which students will be joining by entering the class code, or you can sync it to Google Classroom. Again, if you sync it to Google Classroom, it will be a whole lot easier because you will ensure that all of your students are in your Quizalize and they have all been entered correctly. Now, let's look at how to create a quiz. So the first thing that we want to do is click on Create New Quiz. You can link your quiz to any specific standard guidelines, such as the TEKS or any other guideline from any other state. So all you have to do is align quiz to standard, click your curriculum, and then just submit it. If you choose not to do so, that's great. You can also assign your own customized topics. So, for example, here my quiz will be named, I'm a geometry teacher, so I'm going to say trigonometry. That's going to be my quiz title, and I'm going to go ahead and add some content. So you can add questions from Quizlet, you can import from a spreadsheet, or you can just add each question individually. As you can see, here's the space for a question, which, by the way, you can use images, you can use audio, you can use math mode if you are using special symbols for math. And one very interesting feature is that you can use text-to-speech. So as you know, we have students who may need those accommodations. So if they do, you can always click text-to-speech to be able to accommodate to the needs of your students. So here you would put your correct answer, your incorrect options, and here are two things that you can add. You can add an answer explanation. So let's say your student gets the question wrong. You can write a little statement saying, well, remember to do this the next time, or the answer is because, just to give your students a little bit more direction on what they're doing. Here are the subtopics that I was talking about. This is completely optional, as is the answer explanation. However, these can be very helpful because once students take the quiz, this will help the program better organize your data. So you can either put, for example, trig ratios, and there's going to be a certain group of questions that will be trig ratios, another one that will be inverse trigonometry, and so forth. Again, you can use it with any other field. You can use it in math, science, English, social studies. You can be as creative as you wish to be. Once you have your quiz all ready, all you have to do is save to my library. I'm not going to save this one, mainly because I haven't done a whole lot of questions for this. So, but in your case, you would save it to your library. So here we go. See? I have already created one previously. So again, I'm a geometry teacher. So here is my quiz. all you have to do is click on the quiz and you will get to this screen. So you can see how the quiz game looks to your students by playing the quiz. You can print this out and print a bubble sheet. It's similar to a Scantron, or you can give it as homework, assign it to Google Classroom, or you can also start a class game. Usually starting a class game makes this whole process a whole lot more interactive and a whole lot more fun for students. So I'm going to click on that, start class game. See? Okay, so again, you can assign it to any of your classes. And as you can see, there are some features here that you can play around with. So you can choose to schedule for later, mastery mode if you need them to memorize something specifically. You can use music, sounds. You can show a timer. So remember, you can use a timer for each question. If you need students to pace themselves, you can have that timer be shown to the students. That way they know how much time they have left. You can also check how many attempts you want your students to take when completing this quiz. You can see how many questions per quiz you want to do. Here's some more advanced features. One of them is to randomize question order, allow students to see their results, show feedback. Also, if you want them to know the correct answer, or if you don't want them to know the correct answer, you can pick that and you can change that according to what you think is best for your class. So once you are done and you have made all of these decisions, you can go ahead and assign activity. Here we go. Here's where the adaptive piece kicks in. So according to your data, this is going to split into students into 3 different groups. So if they score less than 50%, if they score between 50 and 80%, and if they score more than 80%. So here is where you get to decide what will their next step be. So for example, if they score less than 50%, you can either add another Quizalize once they're done. They can watch a YouTube video. So for remediation purposes, this can help. You can make your videos, you can upload them, you can use videos that are already used. You can add an article, a PDF file. If you need them to read something, you can attach a link. So that is for less than 50%. Now, if they do score between 50 and 80%, you have the same options. You can decide whether they need a reinforcement activity or if they're good to go to the next step. Finally, if they have already shown mastery, here's a perfect opportunity to add perhaps an enrichment activity or an enrichment quiz or something that will take this a whole lot further. So this is a way of differentiating, and this is also a way of using adaptive learning, either as a warm-up or as just an assessment tool. So of course, there are a lot of options, and if you do not feel comfortable with using this, you can always skip it. So I'm going to skip it for now. There are 2 features right now that you can use. You can either play with the leaderboard, or the students can play as a team. If you do choose to play as a team, that has 2 different contexts. So an individual context, they're trying to have their name go over the finish line, and a group contest, as in every student within that group has to go through the finish line. So that's pretty cool, pretty engaging. Once you get your results, you're going to be able to know who needs help, what they need help with. If you did add the subtopics, it'll tell you exactly which types of questions they're messing up on, and you're going to be able to know what to focus on. Again, differentiation, that occurs because you get to already pick what's going to be coming up next. Also, you can see improvements, as in if they took the quiz once and they take it another time, did they improve? That can also help in your instructional practices. Your results table, of course, since I'm just showing it to you right now, there's an average score of 0% because we haven't played it yet. The subtopics, we talked about adding the subtopics to help us organize that information, and also export some results. So once you pick the individual mode that you want your students to play, either it's completely individual or group, all they have to do is go to Zish and use their class code. So this is Zish, and again, all they have to do, type in that code and then just join in, or they'll see them in the Google Classroom. So if you go back, there are two ways that you can figure out how your students are doing. So of course you can go to the gradebook, and in your gradebook you'll see the student name, their average, and basically what they have been scoring on each of the quizzes that you have assigned. Also, another way is if you go to activity list, you can click on any activity. So we'll click on this one since it has already been played once, and as you can see, here it says who needs help. Well, usually it'll be split into three categories: who needs help, who is strong or has achieved mastery, and who needs just a little bit because they were kind of on the fence there. So that can give you a whole lot of insights as a teacher that can really help you figure out what your students need to review, how can you help them, and how to maximize time just in general. Of course, whenever you're making your quiz, if you feel like you do not have time to make each question, you can always go to resources, and in resources you can always look for one that's already made. So here's a bunch of quizzes that are already created. You can pick whichever one you want, and all you have to do is click on the three little dots and either assign or edit. That way you can fit it to the needs of your students. So that's basically just a general overview of Quizalize. So if you do want to upgrade to the premium version, here it is. So you can make more than 3 classes with the premium version for teachers. You can also make more than 5 activities. So for the free version, you can only have 5 activities open, but if you do pay for the premium version, you can have unlimited activities, which really helps if you do want to store some activities for the following school year or so forth. As you can see, here are exportable results, unlimited mastery dashboard, and unlimited bubble sheet assessments if you do want to make this a whole lot more formal in assessing your students. So Quizalize, you can use it either as a warm-up or as an evaluation tool. What I like about this is that it combines both the quiz platform features but also adaptive learning. And most importantly, I like that teachers have control over the planning and designing process, and the differentiation that can take place can certainly benefit all students. So everyone, this has been Quizalize, the tutorial. Have a wonderful rest of the day.